What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Torreira, the new left back for Atletico. Obviously he has come from a CDM. It's quite an interesting position change for him. He's gone up a +4, he's managed to get a +13 on his pace, 4 on his defending, 9 on his physical, 4 on his dribbling and 4 on his passing. The question is, does he overtake Mendy? That's going to be the question of the day. Who would you prefer, Mendy, Torreira? I feel like I know the answer, but let me know down in the comments and let's get into the review. With Torreira, he is an 87 paced, 83 defending, dribbling and physical left back. A 3-star from Uruguay. He is 5'6", so quite a small player in general. He has a left-footed, so very nice on that left back position. High defensive work rate with a medium. Attacking, trait-wise, we have absolutely none, which is not really surprising. Not every player has to have a trait. And in terms of passing, we've got 80-80 on the short and long. Nothing really too spectacular about this card that really jumps out at me, bar from maybe aggression is 96, it's a cracking stat, great stamina at 92, and 95 balance. They're for me the standout stats. Kind of mediocre, or at least high average, I'd say. 89 acceleration is always nice, never going to turn that down. 88 agility, he's got 83 composure, which it's good enough. Again, I think for me, Mendy's just going to walk on any left back in La Liga for quite some time, unless literally he doesn't get any more upgrades for the rest of the year, and then eventually we get a team of the season La Liga left back. That probably, and again, he probably will still be better. The meta ability for Mendy is phenomenal. So I think for Torreira, he's better off as a CDM. In my opinion, he just is better off there. More than likely, if you're going to use this card and you've already got Mendy, I'd probably say super sub as a CDM. I feel like he'll do quite well at there now. Now he's got that 85 rating above his head, 4 ratings above. I'm interested to see what this card can kind of really do. He's only coming in at 80k, Xbox and PlayStation, and 89 on the PC. And I think with these sort of cards, the kind of lower end of freeze, we're going to kind of do a quicker review, a little bit of summary. Might not quite make the 8 minutes, 9 minutes, which I normally try and get to, or try and even it off at about 10. But let's get into some gameplay, and I'll show you what Torreira did. With his gameplay then, what I did find, overlaps were quite nice. He isn't necessarily the greatest left back of all time. He's got a nice pass on him to an extent, depending on what sort of chem style you're looking at. And I think it varies on what you want him for. Personally, I think definitely CDM is where it really suits him. It's just bound to. It's the position he's used to. And I think if you look at left backs, Mendy does it just takes on everybody. I was even having a look at similar players to this guy and thinking, who is the best left back that I know? Obviously you've got Mendy, then maybe Tellez is good. Again, he's not quite Mendy standard. You're looking at icons, potentially Roberto Carlos. Ashley Cole's brand new to the game, and I think that's the sort of level you got to think. Mendy is 83 rated and is probably the best in terms of a few icons as well. Torreira, lovely card. I like these position changes. I think it makes you think, could he actually play there? Could we see like getting like a right back, left back Ramos with so much more pace? It would be very interesting to see on why they haven't done that. Made Sergio Ramos as a right back where his position actually was as well. It is beyond me, but these are the sort of kind of like special cards I want to see. They're new, they're fun, they offer different teams and different kind of like suggestions for links. And I think Torreira he held his own. He necessarily didn't really make too many mistakes. Obviously he isn't really a left back, and I think overall it's just a bit high above average, I think, for me. So if we do go into the overall, as you can see, 80k practically on both. He's coming in with a shadow. That is the preferred chemistry style. It does turn him into a 90 left back. It's pretty interesting. 97 pace, obviously he's not really got a problem with that one bit. 91 defending. Could you go with an anchor, drop the pace down to 92, turns him into an 88 left back. I think Shadow is nice enough because you see the defensive stats. It turns him very nice. He's already got the dribbling. Passing, I'd say if he had higher defending, you maybe could slack that off and go with maybe a passing defending or a passing pace instead. But I think if you used to whack a catalyst on him, it turns him more into kind of like an attacking player rather than defensive, just because 83, it really doesn't do that much if you're not going to put that little bit extra on. So I think personally, Shadow is the right move. In terms of his Atletico teammates, we've got Felix with 2 informs, an inform and a player of the month. Suarez inform, we've got Oblak in net as a 93, Herrera as an 86, Jimenez rule breaker, Trippier right back, him left back, we've got Marcus Llorente, we've got Carrasco. There is quite a nice team here. Something just a bit different, a nice kind of special team. I think you're nearly close to getting a full 11 there. If there's another centre mid or two on this page, which I don't think there is at this point, you could make a full 11 because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, 2 more players and you've literally got a full 11. I think it's a centre back and a centre mid that they need. That is just phenomenal, and it'd be really nice to do a full 11 special Atletico team. It'd be very interesting to do in general. So let me know down below if you'd like to see some maybe little squad builders, kind of like team builders, and maybe just kind of go with some of them different kind of videos really. Let me know down below. Back to Torreira. For me, I've given him an 8. I feel like in terms of what he could offer as a left back or a CDM, I think personally that's a good card. The 3-star isn't nice, but I think as a CDM you could get away with it. I really think you could use him, and I strongly suggest as a CDM more than anything. There was nothing really too wrong with his left back, but in terms of his kind of competition, he really should never win. There's no chance on this earth that he should beat Ferland Mendy because of just how he plays. But overall, he's one that's just, he always escapes me. He's like this player that really plays well, but then I know there's a better option. It's a hard one because I feel like you could link him quite easily with Jimenez. Obviously, you could just put him in a corner. That's a perfect link right there. You could have Oblak, Courtois, and Net, and you're absolutely sound. You don't need any more links unless you have got like a 2 going into him, but you go with a 4-3-3 defensive, and you just have Jimenez, him, and then the centre mid who literally can be an off-chem, and you are absolutely golden with him. Obviously, we do have the Varane-Mendy combination, so it is exactly the same as that. But for me, I think he's a good player, not going to really make too advancements into many people's team, but a nice person to pack nonetheless. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button, and I'll see you all for the next one. Also, let me know different video ideas. That's going to be the comment of the day. What do you reckon? Peace.